How are we going, people? So we can see that nice and we can. Getting it all ready to rock and roll. So just waiting for everyone to come on. Who likes this little black and white sketch? You know, we sort of have a bit of an outline what we want, but you know, it doesn't look really real, does it? So awesome, waiting for the guys to get on. Tom's on, Ante, leaders go first. How are we all going? Ready to rock and roll? There we are, the True Authentic Reality Group, ready to rock this out. So fantastic. So we're going to get into this straight away, and thank you team for allowing me to obviously share this private paid group with the rest of the world. You know, it's fantastic. Pete and who else we got on there? Everyone else, fantastic. This is great. So obviously, you know, I always start these off with a certain aspect of, you know, and I love these special effects because it really gives a really good mythology and a metaphor to what we're going on. So firstly, I'd like to, as people are getting on, I'd love to welcome everyone that's getting on here who is the True Authentic Reality team, which everyone's obviously paid money, paid time, you know, put a lot of things in together so then we can share this with the world. Had a lot of questions of a lot of people asking about the content that we share, you know, because we've had this program for 3 years. It's in 5 different countries, you know, all the clients from 5 different countries, and it's in 7 seasons. So this is something, the reason why we like to call it True Authentic Reality. How good is this? I've even got my team all the way from the Philippines over there as well. So everyone say hello to Evie, and we're going to rock this out. So before, you know, the way I like to start this out with the special effects, and I find them, they've really given it a love to, it really tells the story, because today is how to understand and become a master of influence, or become a master influencer. The problem is, as you're seeing this sketch, and as you're feeling like, geez, Lee, what's the point of that? You know, there's an outline, it's black and white, we can sort of see you, but it's not very clear. That's exactly like most people that are of influence, how they are influencing people or not, yeah? So that's a simple thing of that, because the thing is, I'm going to be going through a few points here, and it's going to be breaking down of understanding how we're going to be able to influence others. More importantly, how do you influence yourself, yeah? These are very, very important. Let me move that up so we can get that out of the way. Beautiful. So the important thing about this, and what I want you to hold on to in your mind and in your heart, is the True Authentic Reality was designed for myself from, you know, experiencing of 10 years ago of 7 different programs of emotional intelligence, human behavior, I've already said emotional intelligence, NLP, matrix energetics, human psychology, human behavior, and a lot of trial and error and so on and so forth, advanced communication, leadership, and there's a little bit of SAS training in there as well. So why I call this the True Authentic Reality, or we call it the TARE, T-A-R-E, it is enabling people to be able to express themselves. We have sessions which have been continuing over every Tuesday and every Thursday, yeah? These sessions, it goes for 8 weeks. We have 2 extra sessions, so it's 16 of these amazing high-end sessions, plus every session from season 1, we've had season 7, so it's 7 times 16 goes into a membership site and a vault where you can keep learning and you can keep growing. So I want you guys to get familiar a little bit with this feeling of, you know, it's a little bit sketchy, it's a little bit shady. Yeah, Lee, look, we can sort of see you and we can sort of feel you, but it's not very clear. That's exactly how a lot of people are coaching. That's how a lot of people are influencing, because they're getting an understanding they're going to do a 2-week course, or they're getting an understanding that they're doing something, or someone's told them, or that's the in thing, or they've watched it on TV, or they've watched it on YouTube, and they go, yes, I've got it. I know how I'm going to influence people, but they can't even influence themselves. Most people will go away and do a course or a retreat, and then they want to come back to be a coach. And we're like, hold on a second, that's 6 days, this is 2 weeks. Hey guys, do you know what I mean? You need to be able to influence yourself before you can influence somebody. You know, as they say, 10 years it takes to master something, a lot of trial and error. That's just a recommendation. So the thing about when, and I just want you to try this on, this is, I'm just going to give you a recommendation. It's neither, you know, as I say, wrong or right, up or down, true or false, black or white, which is black and white at the moment. But I'm just going to give you an understanding of what's given me great results and what has given amazing results to tens of thousands of people that have applied these and customized them into their own understanding. Each time we teach this over the 7 seasons, it's the same topics, which is 16 different topics, but taught completely different. And this is why. So as you can see, I've said it 3 times now on purpose to anchor that in, that you can hear me, you can see me. There's a sketching, you can, yeah, okay, Lee, I get you, you know, you're sort of like this around about. But the problem is when you aren't clear of your delivery, when you aren't clear of obviously expressing these, when you aren't clear of who you are, how you influence yourself, and more importantly, how do you want to influence others and why? Why do you want to influence others? Why do you want to influence these people? What is the end goal and how you're going to get there, okay? So now we're going to do this. So obviously it's a lot clearer, yeah? It's a lot, you can see my ugly head, there's a little bit of sun there, it's shiny, but you know, now we're in high definition, now we're, okay, I get it, I understand. The reason why I always want to do that, I always want to leave that effect, that metaphor, the mythology, just that, you know, that bit of an anchor, because if you are round about a bit of a sketch, don't know where you're at or how you're going to express yourself and or so on and so forth, the problem with that is that's exactly how you're going to be leaving that internal representation in someone else's mind. You know, people when they come from a very a reactive way instead of coming from a proactive way. You can see people when they're coming from an insecurity instead of conviction. You can see people when they come with lies instead of coming with the truth and being in integrity, yeah? You'll be able to see that. You know, the people that are opposite energy will be the mirror for these people, yeah? So if you want to be a master of influence or a master influencer, why? And how are you going to do it? So I made a little bit of a list of some powerful traits that I've taken away through my coaches, some very good and successful people that I know, people that I trust. And remember, what I want to tell you is success isn't materialistic. Success isn't your bank account. Success isn't your watch. It isn't your wallet, isn't your car, isn't your home. It isn't, you know, what your name is. Success is what it means to you and how you want to influence the world and actually play your part and be of greater good. Yeah, success to you is if you can influence people by saving their lives, if you can influence people by putting a smile on their face, if you can influence people by being a better version of themselves, then, you know, we're in the right place here. Okay. Another thing I want to share with you all as well, and I didn't put it on here, but I want to talk about it, is you can influence people through your standards, your beliefs, and your values. Yeah, because at the end of the day, in a relationship, in a friendship, in a coaching agreement, in a business, you know, in anything, in a business agreement or in a business partnership, that you need to firstly know how you influence yourself with standards. You can't just go, okay, I'm just going to get up and I might do this today and I might do that. You need to have standards, and your standards need to be getting better every day. So tomorrow you need to be able to beat yesterday, because have you grown? No. So why wouldn't you do something more? So these standards, these benchmarks are the mythologies and inner mind strategies of the super successful. Because what's the problem getting up and you let yesterday beat you? Yeah, you're still in yesterday. Yesterday's gone. So when I'm talking about standards, you've got a couple of options. That if you're influencing one person, which is yourself, then obviously, why have you got standards? Where are you raising yourself to? If you're influencing 2 people or a mass of people, then there's choices to be made. That you either say, well, guys, these are our standards and this is how we're going to grow. Or, do you know what I'm saying? It's not personal. All I'm just saying is these are the standards for us to grow. These are the standards that I'm respectful for. You know, what are your standards? And you want to meet to an agreement. Where you know people do not want to be influenced, where they can't, or where you know there's going to be a clash, is that if people lose respect for you as a leader, as a person, as a brother, as a sister, as a human being, then they're not going to want to follow your standards, yeah? And these people you aren't going to be able to influence because they just don't want to be influenced, okay? So that is going to save you a lot of pain, a lot of energy, and so on and so forth. So let's start with that. To be able to influence people, there needs to be a sense of likability. So likability is, you know, people that like each other, meaning people that are the same will like each other. It's like rapport. So if people are barracking for the same gridiron teams, same soccer team, if they barrack for Collingwood, my team, then we're going to get along. So there needs to be that likability, yeah? So the thing I'll tell you about how I influence people is I want it to be, you know, when we talk about the likability, I want there to be relatability, yes? I'm not going to relate to everybody, and you don't want to, but I want to let you guys know is it's okay you being you. Yeah, it's okay for you being who you are. If you're Asian, if you're black, if you're white, if you have tattoos, if you have long hair, short hair, I want to influence you and make sure that you're okay being who you are, okay? As long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as it's good for you, if it's good for me, if it's good for the world, then that's how I want to influence you guys. I want there to be a likability, yeah? Because at the end of the day, behind closed doors, I don't know, this might be a shock to you all. Everyone screams, everyone burps, everyone farts, everyone has sex, everyone cries, everyone does that, yeah? That's okay. Yes, there's times to be professional, put on a suit. I love dressing up in a suit. There's, put on a nice pair. I'll put on my, my Calvin Klein and so on and so forth. Or bald. Yes, Alistair. Yes, bald. See, that's why I like that man. We're both bald and there's the likability there, champion. So, that's so funny. Oh, I'm not really that bald, am I? It's by choice. I'm pretty sure it's by choice with you as well. I just don't like hair. So what we want to talk about and how we're going to be growing through and how we're going to be taking you guys to the next level, just let me ask you guys, is this cutting out? Because I'm getting messages from people that the video is cutting out. Give me 2 thumbs up if this is still good, guys. If it's cutting out, keep me accountable. If you need me to go over things again, so on and so forth. So just give me 2 thumbs up. If it's not, hey Crystal, how you going? Just let me know if it's all good. Lisa goes, keeps cutting out. Yeah, that's the message I got. How's everyone else? Everyone else all good? Cool. Yeah, because I've got full reception here. Not too sure what's happening there. But anyway, let's keep rocking it out. There's, we always, that's what it's about. Influence yourself, move around, all clear for me. Thank you. Keep me accountable. Fantastic. Thank you very much. So, again, likability is allowing people to grow and flourish and expand and keep getting better, being who they are. Yeah, being who they are. Because what happens a lot, and this is just my influence, is people in the journey of becoming something, people lose themselves because other people's of influence say you can't do that, that's not good enough, that's not professional, billionaires won't like that, and so on and so forth. Well, what I really think, which is priceless, that you can still get successful, you can still be who you are, but improve yourself, you can sharpen up your tools, you can sharpen up your professionalism. All right, we are back. Cool. So what I have to do, I think the Wi-Fi here will go off the phone because I've just topped that up. Cool. All right, we're ready to go. There you go. We are always adapting. Cool. So 2 thumbs up. We're all ready to rock and roll. Let's keep it rolling. So some things, this is live, guys. We can't, we just have to influence each other so then we can keep rocking and rolling. So likability. Likability is, making sure that people like each other and people are okay. Because I know, dealing with people, speaking to a lot of people throughout the day and myself, that you really get an understanding if people can still be okay with themselves, but sharpen up their skills, sharpen up their conviction, sharpen up their professionalism or whatever they need to do, but don't lose themselves in the process, that's 2 thumbs up. And that's just my way to influence, okay? Not everyone agrees with that. The truth is that, the truth doesn't need to be that, you put people down or you criticize or the rest of it. The truth to me, and the way I love to influence, is putting people in a state, putting people in an accountability, forcing people to look at themselves in the mirror and say, you know what, I can do better than this. What feelings am I searching for? How am I going to better myself by being in the truth? Well, why am I not liking my body? Because you're not being in the truth. You're sitting on the couch, yeah? Why do I look at myself when I'm naked in the mirror and I'm not liking that? Because your truth is saying, well, this is what you prefer. You want to look like this. You want to feel like that. You want to feel sexy, whatever. Then it could be you're going to work. It doesn't feel great. You don't want to go to work because you don't like the people there. You're not in your truth. You're not in your power. I lived all that, yeah? Help them question what is the true reality. 100%. Yep, 100%. And that's why you're an absolute awesome gentleman, Alistair. I was going to say superstar. So with all these things as well, do you guys notice my left brain, the logic, and my creative brain, it's having this war? Like I go to talk and blah, 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 saying that. But anyway, I influence myself and I'll ground myself. So the thing about the truth is as well, it's not saying, well, you know what, and I'm going to put my opinion on you and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to say because of that. That's not truth. That's bullying, yeah? But if someone's fucking up and they could be doing better, you can say to them, well, hey, what are you doing? You're fucking up your life. Do you want to stay in that? Do you want to keep staying in that pain? You're better than this. So you want to give them the truth, but you want to move them. You want to move them to the future. You want to move them and say, hey, you know what? If you're okay with doing this and letting yourself down and fucking up, but you're so much better than this. This is why you're so much better. This is how you can go there. Do you agree? Why are you doing this? And you give them the truth, you give them the understanding, but not opinions. Not that you just leave them there in the pain, you move them and influence them into the future. Okay, you fucked up, solution. Challenge, a solution, yeah? That's a trait of a great influencer by someone that's going to leave you with the truth. Moving on to the next one is compassion, yeah? Compassion. I really see a lot of people that have compassion for people if you keep paying them big bits of money and you keep bowing down to them. Well, I don't really know that's compassion. You want to be compassionate because the world needs more of that. You want to understand that if someone is maybe struggling somewhere, instead of going, hey, you know what? You haven't met the mark this week. You got 2 weeks or 2 days, or otherwise you're out. And this person could have his wife could have left him. Someone could have died. But being compassionate and then saying, well, what's going on? How can I help you? Like, how are you feeling? So on and so forth. How can you influence people? So at the moment, I know that your performance just dropped a little bit. What are you going through? Then they tell you, and then they're just like, wow, fuck. Okay, I didn't know. Sorry, that was my opinion. I just thought you were being a lazy shit. Hopefully, rah. That's not bosses, not managers. Sorry, they're not leaders. They're bosses and managers. They do that shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And this is another thing of compassion. And this is something that I didn't realize until I started, influencing people with it. You say, hey, cool, well, these are our standards. This is how we're going to get there. This is how we're going to move forward. This is how we're going to become a better person. So, obviously these standards, your words aren't matching what, they're not backing up your actions. You're saying this, but it's not from that. And our standards to grow need to be with that. You're actually being compassionate. You're giving a person to say, hey, this is where you're at, but we need you to be here. Your words is just a band-aid. It's bullshit. It's like this. When someone ever says to you, and they owe you $100, or I'll play that person, and you say, hey man, have you got my $100? Yeah man, no worries, I've got it. I'll give it back to you. I've got it today. 2 weeks later, hey dude, you said 2 weeks later that you've got my money. Oh, I've got it, man. I've got it. No worries. We'll get it. We'll go and have a sandwich, and I'll give you $100. Yeah, for sure. No worries. I'll give you $150 back. And you never get it. It's like the people, they play the game. They just want to be that. And look, you can still be compassionate and influence that, and you just say, hey, listen, look, keep the money, but if you're not going to be honest about keeping it, you keep the money because obviously you need it, but it's not about the money. I'm giving you this example, yeah? It's people that you be compassionate, hey, there's standards, there's values, there's beliefs. If your values and beliefs aren't wanting to repay, a truthful, of integrity, of loyalty, trust, respect, then you know what I'm saying? You get these people that are going around, look, I'm here, I want to help, but they get nowhere with it, yeah? But you be compassionate. I understand what you're going through. These are the standards. Do you want to come up to them? And they can type stuff on Facebook. They can send you emails. It's the action. Yeah, get on the phone. It's the action, okay? But be compassionate because you want to know what people are going through at the end of the day. And this is another thing as well. When you are a leader, you're a person of mass influence. People need to be compassionate as well because you have your own shit going on. You have, sometimes the world could be falling apart. You're not sitting there waiting for someone, hey, call me. We're busy as well. So a lot of these things and a lot of this growth, it's just, you sort of see these people like, hey, what's going on? Where we're at? Blah, blah, blah. And we're like, hold on a second, guys. Like, we have a life as well. Sometimes we can't get that call. Sometimes we have other things going on. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where you're at, and you really feel that. So being compassionate, having loyalty, and so on and so forth, everyone needs to understand as well that, people of mass destruction, of mass influence, they have a life, they have things going on as well. So we need to work as a team. We need to have compassion as well to understand, okay, someone maybe didn't get on their call, they're too busy, or someone didn't do this, and so on and so forth. So we know people have stuff going on. It's communication, people, and we're going to get to that in a moment, yeah? No worries, brother. Awesome stuff. Send me an inbox. I really appreciate it, Alistair. Passion. This is it. You see people, they get up there, they've got all the selling things and they're doing all the anchoring and, they're really good at talking and the hype. But there's a difference between hype and there's a difference between passion. what that is to me as an influencer or a person of influence is that you need to understand when you're talking and growing and understanding yourself, and this comes into a real deep understanding. Passion comes from you hitting rock bottom and then being able to grow. Passion comes from you being down low and then pushing yourself through. And this is the thing. You can be passionate and people take it as aggression. People take it as, hey, guess what? These are the standards. This is how we've got success. This is how we've got there. Sorry, guys, it's not personal. I'm passionate with what I do and I'm going to stand by it. But then you get a lot of people that don't follow the standards. They fall off. They lie, this and that. And then they start to create, this understanding. And you're like, fuck, where did this come from? So being passionate is going to get you through that. Because if you're not passionate, people are going to let you down. People are going to backstab. People are going to lie. People are going to do so many different things and you see them drop off. But if you're not passionate, you will fall off the path with them. You go, oh, okay, let's just do that. Okay, let's just get caught up in this low vibration. But when you're passionate, you say, hey, these are my standards. This is how I'm going. You can come to the top. I'm going to take you, or you know what? I've got no time for that. And that is passion. And I'll tell you what created passion in my life was losing myself and then finding myself. And even to today, the things that are going on in my life, if it wasn't for my passion, I wouldn't be here. Yeah? Because yes, we can show up and people are really good in social media. Hey guys, everything's great. And we'll put up posts and we've got retreats and we've got this and that. Fantastic. But guess what people don't really see as well? They don't see what happens behind closed doors. They don't see people letting them down. They don't see how there's all this shit happening. People don't see that. And they don't really need to see that. But what keeps you safe is passion. My passion and purpose is keep growing myself, be that beacon of light. Because of me, people haven't given up. You've given them another way. You've given them another option. You've given them another inner mind strategy. You know what? With my passion, I stood up to a person who has a big influence. Yeah, because if I wasn't passionate with what I do, I would have sat there, I can't do it because this person's this and this person's that and so on and so forth. But I go, no, hold on a fucking minute. I don't care who you are or who you think you are. I am passionate about what I do because it's saved my life, it's transformed lives and saved lives. And that's more than any fucking dollar sign or any figure you can have in your bank account. And don't say that's fucking, what poor people say, okay? Because passion is about empowering humans. We can make money. Money's artificial. It comes and goes. But one thing we can't and doesn't happen is we need to understand by moving forward and we need to empower people, and that comes from passion. What is your passion? It is because you've lost yourself and then you need to rebuild yourself? Or is it because so many people have fucking let you down and you've gone through it and you've gone through it and you've gone through it and you feel like life's falling apart but you've gotten back up? Life's falling again but you've gotten back up. Someone puts a wall, you get through it. Someone creates a mountain and you climb over it. If that gives you fucking passion, then share it with the world, because there needs to be more people with that sort of passion. There needs to be more of that, because that's the fucking thing, people. And this is why I am so passionate. Oh, don't say this and don't say that, and why are you wearing this? Like, you know what? Everyone that has fucking got no passion, that comes from look at me, is always going to find something wrong in everything. You're always going to find a problem with every solution, Yet you're going to find something wrong with somebody, because you know what? What you see in others, you see in yourself. But when you've got passion, you're going to be filling people up like a hot air balloon, because you're passionate about it. Not because you're aggressive, not because this is too much. You know what, people? Stop with the butterfly shift, harden the fuck up, get on with life and stop judging. Simple. Then energy, there you go. Energy, you need to have the right energy. You can sit there like Donald Duck and, and do this and all that, and people get influenced by that. People get startled by that. But someone that's in fucking artificial salesman energy, or someone that has got energy because they've had to fight through battles, yeah? Because this is the thing. Have you ever seen someone that has just sparred, they've never been in the ring before, and you can see them, they're like a showboat, yeah? And they're like, and you see them and they're, cool, all right, you look good. Or you're hitting a bag. The bag doesn't hit back. Then you go against the real fighter. You go someone that has real energy, that's been there. So that person, they might look good, and that person just bang, and the real fighter knocks them out. Yeah? What happens with that? It's called fake energy or real energy, yeah? You see people, they can make all this noise, they can make all this, colorful and the rest of it, but at the end of the day, you can keep telling people what they want, or you can influence them from the truth. And this is the thing as well. Why are some people going to be different to some people that are quiet, that are bowing down, and then someone that actually has a question that can stand on their own 2 feet, they're going to act different again. Do you know what I mean? There's an energy shift there. But you need to have energy. People walk around, I'm very tired and I don't know what I want to do. So people, you need to have the energy. You need to instill the energy in others to get them up, get them to feel it so then they can soldier on. Energy and influencing a person, not because of someone says you need to stand like this and you need to do this and these sale techniques and all this shit. You have your energy that makes you into a better person. Every time you're in your energy or you're doing a presentation or something, the energy that sits well with you. Not because of I learned talking and 7 ways to influence people and I read this book and whatever. That's recommendations, but that's for someone else. Taking little bits and pieces, but stand in your energy and your power that is aligned with you. Engagement. You want to be engaging to a point where you're interacting, yeah? Engaging is not like, well, I'm just going to talk at you on my beliefs because I'm the expert and you're just going to listen to me and I don't really care what you've got to say because you're just going to pay me money. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to influence you. I'm going to brainwash you and the rest of it. Engagement is getting people to feel comfortable, getting people to feel important, moving people's understanding that, giving them that hope, giving them that belief. Being a person of great influence is engaging the right people, not making them look bad so then you look like the expert. Make them look good so then you look like an even better expert, because you see these experts that they want to make people look bad and they bash them in front of people and say, there you go, that's coaching. You look like an idiot while you pay me the big bucks. Well, really? What about empowering that person, getting that person up? How do you know what you haven't created? How do you know what you've put into that perspective? How do you know that person doesn't go off and go, I'm not going to do this anymore because this person, you know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. That's what happens. You don't look any better by putting other people down. If anyone thinks that, shame on you. You become better because you empower people and make them blossom. You don't grab the rose and rip it off the stalk. You want that rose to blossom. And if you can make that rose blossom in front of other people, now that is a person of great influence, my friends. And that's just my opinion. You don't need to agree with it. And that's about engaging others and then allowing others to engage in themselves and in their higher purpose. That's magic. Authenticity, big one. Authenticity. This is something, it's almost an endangered species. Authenticity. I tell you how you can discover when someone isn't authentic. Ask them questions. Yeah? Ask them questions. Someone that isn't authentic won't want to express themselves, they won't want to answer questions, or they'll answer questions very aggressively, because instead of answering questions in a neutral energy, they will answer questions very defensively. Why are you doing that and this and that? Attacking. The reason why they attack, because they feel threatened. You know what? It's like you go past a big dog and you go, hoo, hoo, and you kick it because you're threatened by the dog. Yeah, you're threatened the dog's going to come and bite you, but the dog's a nice puppy. But if you kick the dog, guess what? Then that's different. You just kick the fucking dog. You know, if you kick anything, kick a Chihuahua, kick a Doberman, you're still going to get a bite. So these are the things that I really want you to start to understand to take things to the next level, all right? Is authenticity. Are you going to be authentic with one person and then non-authentic with someone else? Or are you going to be authentic because this person's paying you the big bucks and you can gain something from them and they don't want to say anything, they're a zombie? Or but someone goes, hey, I just want to ask you a question. Do you know what I'm saying? You be authentic all the way. Or, this is another thing. People, because they don't want to rock the boat, because they don't want to cause resistance, because they don't want to do anything, they won't stick to their values and beliefs. Play the game, be quiet, yeah? Hold on. Are you just going to turn your values switch on? Are you just going to turn your belief switch on? You're just going to turn your integrity on? So all these things that are coming about, guys, How are you going to influence people? How are you going to be a great father? How are you going to influence your kids? How are you going to be a great mother? How are you going to influence your kids? Be the glue to keep everyone together. The father, be the protector of the family. Or that's what I'm saying is, be authentic. Putting a post up on Facebook or a picture on Instagram or doing a video or doing a podcast or writing some bullshit, it is not authentic. What is it about it? What is authentic? Authentic is showing up with the truth, being the energy, being a mirror for someone and saying, hey, what are you doing? You're fucking up. You're better than this. Because this is a non-authentic influencer or leader. Someone that keeps people, you're shit, you're no good, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're that, and they leave you there. That's not authentic. What's authentic is when someone says, well, I get success from your success. I am truly believe. You know when I say the message to you guys, I say, well, how can I be of my best service to you? Then it's like, okay, you pay money, and then it's like, hey, all right, you pay me money now, and then that's it. That's finished. Now hold on a second. Someone that is true, which has correct and authenticity, is that you're showing up all the time. You're not, okay, look, I've got the camera on me now, so I'm going to be a leader. No. You lead by example. That's who you are. Authenticity is you showing up who you are and you're okay with being you. Yeah? Not by putting other people down, doing this, doing that, and then you can say, well, you know what? That's not authentic. Authentic is, what is your message? Who are you? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you lead people? And that's massive. Creating leaders to lead others. The messenger of strength. Every day I'm going to send a message, I'm going to put a post, I'm going to do a live stream, and I'm going to... The truth isn't, well, you're lying. The truth is moving you into an energy state, into a thought pattern, into a belief system that is going to allow you, as this, this hardwired machine, become the best version of yourself every day. By having the right programming, by creating the right thoughts, by having the right feelings, that gives you the right beliefs. The beliefs give you the behaviors. The behaviors allow you to take the right action. That is what it's about. Showing up every day in your authentic version of you. And then we talk about interpersonal. Being interpersonal is understanding that you want to customize. You can't lead everyone. Like, there's a lot of my team on here tonight, obviously, who's in the True Authentic Reality. The guys have come to the retreats, private clients, people that are part of the mastermind, people that are part of the whole organization. Yeah, even my team, even my EAs, so my executive assistants from Philippines, they were on here as well. The thing is, you're interpersonal, so you're customizing yourself to everybody. So I don't talk to Peter like I talk to Evangelina. And I don't talk to Tony like I would talk to Fida. And I don't talk to Ante like I talk to Tom. And everyone else that's on here, yeah? So there's so many other people that you guys just come to my head. There you go, you got airtime. So being interpersonal is being adaptable, not being a chameleon and go, hey, guess what? I'm going to tell you what you want to hear, and you're going to do that, and you're going to give me all this money, and then behind closed doors with all the other coaches are going to bag the living fuck out of you because that... No, hold on a second. Interpersonal is you're showing up, you're asking questions, you're putting things together, and you're becoming the bridge. But that, all the questions and all the data recovery, and then becoming that bridge is different for everybody. Yeah, it's up to them. Hey, guess what? Well, you're here and you want to get there. I've created this bridge for you. It's up for them, up for people to cross it. Yeah, you can say, look, and people notice. I can almost see into the future. You can see patterns. You can see behaviors. You can see if you keep doing this and this and this, you're going to hit a wall because I've been there. I've seen other people doing it. It's up to them. You can lead a human to information, but you can't make them think. All right, so then we've got positivity. Positivity. Because this is just me. And please correct me if I'm wrong or you don't agree, which, everyone, I don't like opinions, but your model of the world is important. If I think being positive is quite important, but saying the truth, speaking up, being authentic, and if someone fucks up and you're speaking about it, that's still being positive, yeah? People go, oh, but that's about that. Oh, hold on. Did it happen? Did they do that? Are you sitting there and you're copying it like the victim? Yes or no? Yes. So you're being positive because you're finding a solution. Have you ever seen someone, a leader, a person of influence, a person of stature, of authority going, well, you're this and you're that and you're too slow and I can see that and you need to fix that up and that is shit and you need to do that. What's wrong with your hair? Too many tattoos, hair's too long, don't like the boots, do this, can't trust you. And I'm looking on, how the fuck is that going to influence somebody? Yeah? Do you know, that's what I'm saying. Well, how can you do that in a positive way? How can you do that in a positive way? Okay, this is just me. This is how you can influence people in a positive way. Okay, cool. In every different circumstance, every different brand, with every different society, with every different culture, with every different industry, there's going to be a different look that's going to work. Yeah? So tattoos and jeans will be great for that brand and the rest of it, and that's fantastic. A suit and tie for that and the corporate, that's going to work with that. People that maybe, you know, to do this and the rest of it, and the hip hop and the people that are there, or, you know, the Asians and the rest of it, they're going to be going for this culture. Not going, you're fucking Asian, you're black, you're no good, and the rest of it. How is that influencing people? There's a difference between putting it down on people, being reactive, putting people down, or being positive and influencing people by being positive. There's a way. There's a difference between attacking and there's a difference between coaching and influencing. You can get your message across very sharply, very direct, but in a positive manner. Because you don't need to keep people in the pain. You don't keep them in the negative. You can say, yes, that's not right. That's not going to make a match. Then you always move them over to a solution. You don't keep them in the pain. Powers of persuasion. Unfortunately, people like the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, use these powers of persuasion, and I wouldn't call these people influencers, or masters of influence, or influencers. You know what I'm saying? Influence us. Is that, now I can't even speak. I told you, my brain has my logical brain and my creative brain starts going like this, starts punching on. That when you're talking about powers of persuasion, that there's a lot of people that know how to use their powers of persuasion because they get people all hyped up. They use the energy, they say this, they show pictures, they show this, I know this person, I know that person, and they give hopes and dreams, yeah? But the powers of persuasion will only work if this person becomes a zombie. That, okay, that you have to do this, you do that, and you can't shift, you can't grow. So what it is, you're becoming a certain point of a leader, then you have a roof on you, yeah? And the powers of persuasion, and I'm talking about authentic, I'm talking about positive, I'm talking about having integrity powers of persuasion, is that you want to understand and be able to lead people of, okay, it's not just what you want as a leader or a person of influence, is what is better for this person. What do they want, which is right? And that's why asking questions, because you can say, well, okay, cool. So you've given me all this data. You've told me that this, and that. Is that correct? Yes. Most of the time, the person or persons that you're influencing don't even really know. But when you're asking the right questions and they go, okay, I want to move from here to there. And when you're influencing them, hey, Pete, how you doing, buddy? That you're not just giving your opinion. No, you do this and you do that. You know that's not a great coach or a person of influence when they're pointing the finger. Well, this is that because I've done this but it doesn't matter. You're not that person. You're not that person. So if you're looking at any great coach, if you're looking at any great person of influence, powers of persuasion, if someone's just giving you their opinion and just saying, hey, that's what I think, and because of that, and because I'm this and I've done that, they pay me the big money, that is not a great leader, that's not a great coach, and that's not a great person of persuasion. A person of persuasion is asking you questions that you had probably never asked yourself. That, hey, so you're telling me that you want this and you need that, am I correct? And you wanted to get that result, and then with that result, it's going to make you feel like that. Does that make you feel the right way? And you know, everything's important. Is this important to you as well? So you created this data entry, and then you've said, okay, so you've told me all this. You haven't forced it in a person's mouth. You haven't gone, well, this is you. So you've subtracted all that information, and then you've gone, great. All right. So now, through my experience, what I can tell you and how I can lead you is, so you're telling me you want this, and this. To get this, you need to do this, and this. And they're like, wow. Because you're not going like this. You need to do that, and you need to do that because I'm the coach, I'm the leader, I'm the master, and I'm going to bully you. The person's going to go, oh, I don't really know about that. But when you're subtracting information, you're using powers of influence. to say, okay, cool. So if you're going to want to change your body, then you're probably going to have to change your diet, right? Yeah, so how's your diet at the moment? Well, this. Okay, cool. So at the moment, you're not really liking your job and it's linear, so it's time for money and your job's like that, but you want to be, you want to be having this income. So give me some strategies for that. Okay, look, what do you like? Oh, look, I like network marketing. I want to be a coach. Okay, great. Let's start doing that. So for network marketing, what would that be? So you're influencing them. You're using the powers of persuasion of going, okay, don't go to this, but to get there, we need this. And you want that, and that's how we're going to get there. You get it? Not fucking do this, and that's stupid. You shouldn't do network marketing. It's crap. And my opinion, and my bullying, and my harassment, and the rest of it. And then, you're like, it doesn't feel right, does it? No. Conviction. And this is just me. And the only way you're going to have authentic conviction, confidence is for lazy people. Confidence is a word. Oh, well, I'm confident. What does it mean? Why don't you have confidence? Is there a switch for it? Conviction, authentic conviction is your lifestyle. It is 24/7. Not, well, hey, I've got a live stream. Or, hey, I'm in front of people. I'm on stage and I just want to sell to them. So I'm going to... No. When you're having conviction and authentic conviction, it is because you've lived through it. You've been in the trenches. You've been in the darkness. Yeah? You've climbed through those swamps. You've gone over the barbed wire fence. You've had to climb those mountains because you've lived through the pain and you've gotten through. And that, my friends, gives you fucking authentic conviction that you have been down and out. You have lost yourself. You have found yourself. Not by reading a book. That's great. But at the end of the day, you are the trophy, my friends. The book, the courses, the coaches, the money that you spend on investing in yourself just polishes the trophy. Just polishes the trophy. You have to remember you are the trophy, yeah? You are understanding that you have to have that conviction because you've lived through it. You've trialed and you failed. You've trialed and you failed. And then you've gone again and you've learned from it. That gives you conviction. Not doing a public speaking course or getting up and then teaching how to speak another language or getting up with energy and just being loud and, and whatever. That's not conviction. That's called showboating. There's a difference between authentic conviction that you've lived through it, that you've gone through it, you've gone through the war, so you're going to talk about it. You've been a champion kickboxer, you haven't just watched UFC. You know what I'm saying? You've been there. You're a mother. You've pushed kids out, so you know what pain is. You understand that. That's what we're about, is having authentic conviction, is sitting there having a story that you have lost yourself and now you have found yourself, people. That is where you will be able to influence the masses that come through. Doesn't matter because you says this and says that. And the people that will be drawn to you will be the authentic people that you want. Not, oh, you said this, that, and you don't look that wrong, and you've got this, and that's wrong, you're the wrong color, you're the wrong race, you've got, you're bald or your hair's too long. You don't want those people. See you later. Do you know what I'm saying? When you stand in your conviction, your authentic conviction of who you are, the real people, the authentic people, the people with real hearts and real minds will be drawn to you, yeah? But the people say, oh, but you're this and you should do that and what's wrong and the stars and the moon. See you later. You go and have fun. Then we talk about the doer, getting shit done. I was like, what did I write there? A person of influence is somebody that gets shit done, yeah? They're not like, well, you do this and you do that and you change that. Like a manager sitting up there and go, hey, all right, you do that. No. A person of great influence is getting to the front, getting your hands dirty, is someone that is going to lead the pack. If you're going up a mountain, okay, guys, go up there. No, you run and you go up there yourself. You lead that. A person, a doer that gets shit done. Firstly, you do it. If you fail, you go again. If you fail, you go again. And only when you succeed, that's when you talk about it. That's how you influence people through your own results. Oh, guess what? I've done a Tony Robbins, or I've read a book and I've done this and I watched that and I've done a YouTube. Yeah. This is how some coaches and people of influence, even someone that, wants to be a great, say sports model. You go to the gym and do that. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. You've dieted, you've done a few different things. Botox, got big boobs, the guys are on the juice, whatever it might be, and now you're an expert. I don't understand that. You're an expert in here. The rest of it is easy. When you can be an expert in here, that gives you sustainability. That's for you to become a person of mass influence. Because you want to be someone that has done it. You want to be someone that is doing it. Yeah, and that's why I talk about a doer. A person of mass influence, of great influence, or if you want to be a master of influence, that you want to have done it and done it and done it. Don't do that. Okay, done it. And you're getting the result and you're finally tuning as you go and getting better, getting better, getting better. Yeah? Remember that. It's important. Communicator. So a person of influence, you want to be able to communicate on all levels, yeah? If you know anything about neuro-linguistics programming, when you see, guys, it's called visual. Visual, I'm talking really quick and I'm moving my hands. Auditory, you see me, I'm sort of stretching my words out a little bit. Then kinesthetic, I'm going, hey guys, can you feel that? So it's visual, it's very quick. Eyes, the people that, visual, they'll see that. And when I write on the board or point to the board, they look. And auditory, the people that like to sing their words and they like to have, of course, this is advanced communication. And then people that, hey, can you feel that? Do you know what I mean? And when I touch my heart or touch part of my body, the people that are kinesthetic, which means feeling, is like, oh, I can get that. But on a different level, a communicator wants to be someone that communicates what is in their heart, what is in their mind. Not pushing it hard, but let's communicate something because you're passionate, because it's authentic, because it's positive. And the people that don't communicate, it's really scary, yeah? The people that don't communicate, they hold it in. That leads to suicide. That leads to lost identity. That leads to pain. That leads to resistance. Like one of the beautiful sisters, she knows who she is. She was finding that she had resistance, yeah? And she wasn't communicating how she felt. So I said, okay, cool, because I understand this. It's not about talking about the problem. It's about expressing yourself. It's about releasing the resistance. And when I said, okay, communicate, tell me what's going on. Let me know what, send a message, blah, blah. And even just writing the message to me was so therapeutic because it's communicating. It's just like you're writing it there and I understand. And as she was writing it, you can see it unfolding. You can see, well, it's not even important. That's just something that I was focusing on. You're focusing on in the corner of the room and you're missing out on all the glory that's behind you, all the treasures. So as that being, you want to communicate in everything that you do in your life. You want to be a person that can communicate, express yourself, be able to move forward, because people want to be heard. People don't be that, vindictive, arrogant person. You want to be that person of conviction. You want to be that person that wants to express themselves and so on and so forth. Communicate. Because that's going to be a great person. You see people that don't communicate and they have the pain and they lose their identity and they keep that pain there. Trust me, they have all this pain and all this energy, then they do something because they want to release it. Not good. And then you want to be a maximizer. And we'll just leave that. You want to maximize everything. You're making me cry, but it's so true. Today has been life-changing. Beautiful. There you go. There you go. And you're the one that's done it. I've just led you there, my sister Evangelina. I love that name, Evangelina. It is Evangelina, of course. I thought that, me making names up, but there you go, I love it. It's like Evangelina, Angelina. So what maximizing means is maximize, get the most out of everything, yeah? Don't just get up and go, okay, let's see how the day unfolds. Every second be accountable for it. Maximize it. Go to the gym, max that shit out. If you're going to go and do something, if you're going to read, you're going to do it like your life depends on it. If you're going to go to the toilet, do it like your life depends on it. Maximizing everything. Okay, cool. There's something there. How can we maximize on this? Yeah. You go and speak to someone and you can see something could be a great relationship. It could be a great business relationship. It could be how can you maximize on that? It's even letting people know, hey, maximizing the relationship from people being, well, what I'm talking to you about, how we can maximize this. So I'll be honest with you. Today, and the reason why I left this at the end, because this is how I want to finish this, is that people sent me, there was 53 messages, 47 plus 6, went to 53. And people were going to go, hey Lee, look, I'm hearing a lot about your True Authentic Reality. I've got on your new website, it's looking fantastic, but there's not too much stuff on the website because we're about to put testimonials and videos. So I go, okay, how can I maximize this? How can I still give my amazing team that have paid money, that have paid time, invested, everything, respect for them to be able to say, how can I still maximize this, get the teachings across at the same time, letting people know what we do. So I thought, okay, cool. If it's okay with the team that have paid the money, sacrificed the time, did this, invested, if it's going to be okay, and it was okay with them, yeah? So I maximized it by being able to put this on my public page where a lot of people have gone on. I'm getting messages as we're going on, hey, I love this, how do I sign up? And they want to be a part of that. So it's about every part of the day. If you see me, if I'm driving somewhere, I maximize the time. Let's do a live stream. If I'm still driving, I'll have a private video call, or I'll do a coaching call. I'm still giving great value, but instead of me just going, oh yeah, listen to the radio, whatever. You hardly watch TV. If I'm watching TV, it's either going to be YouTube and I'm watching documentaries, or I'm listening to motivation, or I'm listening to embedded commands, something that's always maximizing my time. Before this, I fell asleep. Then I was actually going through a lot of these, and I was going, okay, cool, how's the best way I can teach them? And I was writing them down on this program, and what the program does is that you put the words out and the program reads it back to you. So it says it, so it starts to embed it in your mind. Then I fell asleep. So it started saying positivity, powers of persuasion, conviction, the doer, and that. So it said that, and then I'm listening to it, and as it's saying it, I'm visualizing what that means, and I'm connecting with it. Yeah, it's a really good way to learn as well. But I fell asleep with the computer on my chest, and luckily that I got up in time because I wanted to rock this out. So people, there you go. So I'll leave a little bit of a twist on this as well. I've just given you some options of what's my model of the world, yeah? And this is just a guide. What I would love to be able to influence you with is by getting up every part of the morning and programming your mind. So not every part, the first thing every morning, every part of the morning. Yes, okay, every part of the morning, that makes sense, sort of. That in the morning, the first thing, and at the first part of the morning, that you want to program your mind of how can you be a person of massive influence, firstly to yourself, in your health, in your wealth, in your contribution, in your family, your legacy, in that self-relationship and relationship with others, in your passion and purpose, and in your spiritual awakening. They're my life categories. You can create the wheel of life how you want it. But more importantly, how can you influence yourself to be better than you were yesterday, to be closer to where you need to be tomorrow to achieve your desired outcomes? I'll say that again. How can you put a plan today so you know that today you've achieved everything you've desired, so you beat yesterday, you've influenced yourself today, so you beat yesterday, so you were going to be closer to where you want to be tomorrow. And that's what it's about, not just getting up and let's see what happened, or looking for a guru or reading a book. That's great, that gives you a guide, but you are the guru. You have everything you need within you. Remember, you are the trophy. Reading a book, watching a live stream, doing a program, having a coach, going to a workshop, or whatever it might be, just sharpens the trophy. You need to remember, if you can't influence yourself, you aren't going to influence anyone else. So thank you guys. Thank you for being on, for part of the True Authentic Reality. If you've got any value from this, as the team already has, obviously they're a part of it, send me an inbox, jump on board, get signed up, we'll make it happen. Or if you know someone that really needs this, go and share it, and that's what it's about. Because you know, one thing about influencing people, and I need your help. Alone we're unique, but together we're unstoppable. Yeah, we can only do so much alone. Together we can change the world. So thank you very much. I'm Lee Bundy, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International, the messenger of strength. Arms getting bigger, and the truth. Thanks guys. Take care. Have an amazing day.